Well, hello everyone. This is Michael with Homestead Prepping and Survival. Um, just wanted to talk a little bit about myself, kind of introduce me to all of you, those that don't know me. 54 years old, divorced more times than I need to talk about. I've got some kids that are grown with their own kids. One son that's not quite there yet. He's grown, but not married and kids, which is good. Just want to tell you kind of who I am. I've been prepping for about 15 years. I started out trying to build a camper that I could take anywhere and supply my own power needs and so on and so forth. And it kind of went from there. The first probably 5 years, I didn't really even call it prepping. Kind of grew into that, and the more I learned, the more I realized what I was doing. But anyway, I'm hoping to take a journey along with y'all, leave some video for my grandkids and such, that they'll be able to hear Pawpaw and see me and know a lot about me, and maybe have a little bit of fun along the way. So we're going to try to show how we store food long term. Of course, guns and ammo, that's normal for any person that kind of lives out in the country like I do. How we are on the road to supplying all of my own power needs, and trying to get more self-sufficient. It's hard with one person. It's hard with two, or even a family. But there's some things I just can't do by myself anymore. But anyway, we're going to do some reloading. We're going to do some food preservation, some, pack and go bags or get home bags or bug out bags, whatever you want to call them. Go through that kind of thing and talk about it and discuss it. I'd like to hear y'all's opinions and your input. And, I'm not going to do anything perfect by no means whatsoever. I'm just going to show you what I do. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, adjust it, tweak it to whatever it works best in your life and how you live your life. Prepping is not a hobby. Anybody that tells you that is full of crap. Prepping is a way of life. I try to live minimalist, as in supplying as much of my own needs as I can, but also in today's world, there are some things you just can't do yourself. I'm not going to start basket weaving and making my own clothing, that kind of things. So there's some things I can't do. You're going to have to buy, and it's part of life in modern times. But the main reason that I prep is what many people call an EMP, Electromagnetic Pulse. Some people don't believe it'll never happen. Those people are wrong, quite honestly. It's happened several times, as in probably a dozen or more that we know about. It happens naturally from the sun. It also is a side effect of a nuclear blast. So if the nuclear bomb was to go off, above the atmosphere, it's a line of sight weapon. So anything within line of sight of where the detonation happened that has a circuit board or electronics of any kind would no longer work. And when I learned that the United States only has 7 sub-power plants that produce all of the country's power in some form or another, and it also supplies part of northern Mexico and southern Canada, and if more than 3 of those power plants, substations, whatever you want to call them, go down at one time, the entire grid fails. And the transformers that these things use, and we're talking massive, but they only are made in one country in the world. And there's a 2-year waiting list to get them from the time you order them. So, I'm not against things made in China. I think a lot of people from China are good people, just like the United States and any other country. The majority of people are good people. Some of them just don't realize things that go on a daily basis. I don't watch the news every day. I don't hardly ever watch TV. But when I do it, definitely I don't watch the news. I can't tolerate stupidity and people just being plain idiots. The news are part of the problem. They're trying to get people to think the way they want them to think instead of thinking the way God intended us to, which is for ourselves and figure things out and, do a lot of things on your own. We are way too dependent on the government and the financial system and all of those things. And, if you just look up the National Debt Clock live, it's a rolling clock that shows all the debt and all the income for the United States government and what the total debt is. We're looking at 85 trillion dollars in debt is what this country owes. And when you think about, well, there's only about $1.5 trillion of actual U.S. currency in existence today. I think it's kind of crazy that we owe $85 trillion and there's not even that much money out there. They create money out of thin air, and at some point in time, it's going to collapse. And some people actually already say it's already collapsed. We've been in collapse for years, and it's just a slow downward thing. And just like if you were to take a wheel or a marble and put it on top of a hill, and when you turn it loose and it starts rolling, it's moving rather slow. But the further it goes, the faster it goes. And by the time it reaches the bottom of this hill, this thing's moving along at a pretty good pace, and there is no stopping it without a mass form of energy such as wall or whatever to stop that thing from moving. And of course that's a violent deal. So if you think about the economy in those lines, it's going to get ugly when the United States currency is no longer accepted worldwide or even in just our local areas. But anyway, just wanted to let you know kind of what I thought. Like I say, I do prep, I do store food. I've been storing food for well over 10 years, trying to build my off-grid power for even longer than that. I am learning the hard way. So, don't buy the daggum Walmart batteries that are deep cycle, yeah, 135, 140 bucks, but you're only going to get 3, 4, or 5 years at best out of them. And for the amount of power you're paying for versus what they're selling them for, you're just not getting the bang for your buck. It's taken me a long time to get to the point that I can afford to buy the batteries that I need, and I could probably use more. But right now I've got a couple of inverters that one was a backup and one was the main, and right now I'm having problems out of both of them. So I'm running on grid power like everybody else. But anyway, so we're gonna cover a little bit of that. We're gonna cover a little bit of training and tactics, defense and offense out on my range. I have a range here on my property. We've got a little building out there that me and a bunch of my buddies built that we call our classroom, and that's for medical training and just basically getting out of the heat, because we're in South Georgia, and getting out of the cold during the winter months. And we ran power out there to it. So anyway, we're going to do some of that. We're going to cover the reloading of shotgun. I do 12 gauge and 20 gauge. I do rifle and pistol calibers as well. You can see the little single progressive Lee stage press behind me. I do 9mm. I do 223, 300 blackout, 300 Win Mag, 6.5 Grendel. I'm sure I'm missing some. 308. I'm sure I'm missing quite a few, but anyway, that is also still growing as I can afford to go forward. I'm just a normal guy that works a normal job every day and try to make enough to pay the bills that we have and move forward and you know, try to improve every day. I'm not perfect. I'm never claimed to be, don't claim to be, and will never be. I hope to keep this channel family friendly, Christian based, and so on. So, you know, if that's something you're interested in, give me a follow, subscribe, you know, hit the notification bell, click the like button on it. All that things helps me grow this channel. I'm brand new as far as YouTube's concerned. And, you know, help me grow this thing. Help me do better. And you're liable to see friends and family on this channel over the next months and years. And maybe we can have a little bit of fun along the way and help educate people on some things as well. So if you've got any input, positive, questions, things like that, put it in the comments. I will try to answer and respond to as many as possible. The negative stuff, you know, criticism's one thing, but being a butthole and trying to say you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you know, I'm doing it for what fits me. So if you're not happy with that, then don't even hit the subscribe button. Just keep scrolling. I'm fine with that. Everybody doesn't like everybody. We're all different. So anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate you. And come back and see me on the next video. Thank you.